those four amazing young men with me today, like I'm blessed among men, yeah, to discuss this topic. So I'll just start from my immediate right. I have Honorable Philip Ejobu. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
And then next to me is Jordan Okoro Esquire. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Okay, and after him is Prince Amanze Jemande. You're welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
And the last but not the least is Honorable Joko Okech. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
The youths of today have embraced leadership and have gone into a better way of, empowering themselves. It's absurd to see a young man come out of school with good degrees and then sit down at home doing nothing. So it is best for you to think of what you can do for yourself, and then if the white collar job comes, fine, well and good.
Okay, so in essence, you're saying as they're trying to bag the degree, still bag the skill. Something they can fall back on if you don't get a job afterwards.
I think it's actually even better to bag the skill first before bagging the degree. Yes, that's what I tell the younger ones now. Gone are the days when you come out and you just want to be a medical doctor without the vision behind it, or you just want to be an engineer without the vision behind it. I tell people, as you're going to school, right from primary school, or better still, when you get into secondary school, try to find out your skill, your talent. First of all, it is very necessary to know what your talent is, build on it, and then look for a course that is going to support your talent. Because to a great extent in Nigeria, I think the degree is just a paper we show to guarantee that we want to school. But what I suggest young people should do nowadays is find out what your talent is, then look for a course that's going to ceremonially get you a certification for that, and then go towards it. So as you're coming out, you're either going to be on your own, and if you're going to work for anybody, you're going to have, to raise your skies up. I want to lay credence to what the Honorable said first, and to correct an impression which I feel might be radical.
Okay.
I am of the firm belief that everybody must not go to school.
Okay.
Going to school, in a sense, university.
Oh.
I believe that school ends in secondary school.
Wow.
Yes.
How? Why?
Okay. There is a research that was done. I can't really say, but a research was done where it was shown that African countries have a whole lot of graduates.
Okay.
Unlike, say, for example, America. In America, it's not everybody that goes to the university. Once you are done with college, with secondary school, or equivalent secondary school here, they go into all these vocational skills. You only go to university if you're a university material. If you're not a university material, here in Nigeria, if we have to narrow it down, everybody, even your parents, wants to push you, you must go to school, you must study this, you must study that. So they are not now rushing you, whether you are finishing your WAEC, you are getting admission to study what you might not even want to study. And you now see that parents are even mounting pressures on children. But school, even, okay, let's look at our Nigerian constitution. To be electable into government, what is the criteria? They even say first school leaving certificate, not university. So if you are adding those ones, it's just addition. You can use your first school, primary school, to gain to be elected into government. You don't need your university. You don't even need your NYSC. You don't need your university certificate. Those ones, just like you said, they are paper, they're just to show for it, but it doesn't count. In Nigeria, secondary school, I believe, should be the last. After that, you can now go and seek a career course. What are you good at? You can now venture into that. So now back to your question.
Yes. If you get a chance to leave the country and start to begin a pastoral,
well, I have actually had so many chances to leave, but I refused. But on the second thought, I will leave if I get that chance. Why?
Yes, please, why?
From experience, what the experience I passed through getting education in Nigeria, it is something not to write home about. They frustrate you, they frustrate your efforts. I was doing my master's, let me not mention the school and all that, but they really frustrated me.
I can imagine.
And we all know what Nigerian the lecturers can do. And I really passed through, but at the end, fine. But now if I have the opportunity, I will leave.
Can be more active in politics. They can take a gradual process, but there is hope for Nigeria.
If youths can stand for their rights and stand for their future, because most times I've seen a lot of places whereby an agent to someone goes to the INEC office and collects bribe and sells off the votes of whoever he's standing for. So you see that the person doesn't even believe in his future. People sell their votes. You're selling your vote and you think it doesn't count. You're selling your future. But if you can say, this is who we know that can make a change, let us support him. If other people bring thousands of naira to us, you can collect it and still support and stand by who you know that will make a difference. And when the election day comes, vote for him, stand by him, make your vote count. You can make your vote count, and this country will be a change place. Thank you.
There is hope for Nigeria. 1. 2, government has no business in business. But what we have today, we have politicians, businessmen who come into politics and they now see governance as business. So they now want to amass wealth, loot the country, loot the treasury, and go, which is not so. It is not meant to be like that. Politicians should be professionals, technocrats, who knows what they're going into. So when you now just come into politics and do anyhow, because the institutions will not catch up with you, we need to strengthen the institutions so that when you do, it will catch up with you. So I think there is hope for Nigeria, and I may reconsider my stance of staying back in the country.
Thank you. All right, so let me ask you. Being someone who is already in active politics,
Yes, there's big hope for Nigeria. Just like my brothers have said, that the youths are now getting involved in politics. I know I'm a youth, but I'm usually not the kind of youth that is 100% backing the not too young to run bill. Because I'm not an advocate of any kind of youth getting into a leadership position. I'd rather an old man that is experienced and has the technical know-how and has conscience to become a leader and lead the society than a young person that is just out of youthful exuberance or that has made money from any kind of business to get into power and then cause nuisance at the end of the day. So first and foremost, there is hope for this country because younger people want to acquire knowledge now. Right now, people want to find a way out. Like we have seen, they say the government has failed us. Now everybody wants to make it on his own. Trying to use their head, acquire skills and become a better person. That is one of the ways there is hope for this country. Secondly, the country itself is blessed with a whole lot of stuff, natural resources, oil. In fact, Nigeria has about the highest reserve of bitumen in the whole of West Africa. And nobody's even tapping into all those things. But now we have young people. A friend of mine is a commissioner in Anambra State and he's just 32 years old. And he's making a whole lot of waves there. He's in charge of the budget and planning. 32, 33, he's making a lot of waves. And if you go to Anambra, there are young, vibrant people, they're in government. And these are people that are doing well in the various areas of life, coming to head the departments and the government.
Everything in Nigeria can frustrate a young man. The electricity is poor. If you're talking about unemployment, if there's steady power supply, which I think the government is supposed to look into, most of the private sectors will employ more unemployed people. Because if you make 100,000 a day, you spend 40,000 on diesel. So how do you pay your workers? How do you get more manpower? So we need to restructure the country. Every government comes in and say they'll restructure. A government should come and look at a particular sector and restructure it and leave a legacy. This is what I did. There's now NEPA in Nigeria. You don't just go into roads, is it tunnels or holes? Face something and do it properly. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable H, to ask you, do you think private parastatals can step into this issue of unemployment? How do you think they can help maybe compete to an extent?
So what motivates us to build these industries is when you have security, when you have electricity, these basic amenities that you need to invest. But when you don't have it, how do you invest? You understand? So it's very difficult for private investors to come in when they don't have this support from the government.
I think we should be going here. This is like a wrap of things. I don't know what's called in English. They're opening one list to the other, and it keeps going on and on. So I'm sure if we stay on the next 1 hour, we'll still have things to talk about, but I need to let everyone go. So thank you for coming. Thank you for sharing this time with us. We appreciate it. Alright guys, out there. So we'll come away next time. It's issues of the moment. And please, young people get involved in politics and say no to bribery and corruption. In your small corner, that small 1,000, that small 100 naira, say no to it and stand for what is right. And trust me, that's it for Nigeria. So I'll come away next time. My name is Sunrise. Bye.
Ces gens qui m'aiment, je veux toucher le soleil avant que la pluie ne vienne. T'inquiète pas, seuls les faibles se font bouffer par le système.